In the month of Ramadan, a woman in Kuwait experienced such a traumatizing event that she will never forget all her life. We cannot comment on what kind of a person this woman was or what kind of a Muslim, but this one incident made her an example, an evidence, and one famous person. Her narration of the story has been confirmed and authenticated. That is why it got known all over the world. In the early 2000s, a strange story emerged from Kuwait City. It revolved around a Kuwaiti woman named Fatima. Rumors spread that this woman had seen something very strange in a quiet street. The story got quite famous within a matter of days. Fatima, a musician, became part of this story during Ramadan. She received an unusual offer to play her instrument at a party, which she initially declined. Because music is not allowed in Islam, and she usually avoided playing music in the month of Ramadan. Musicians or any person who is a casual sinner feels remorse and reluctance while going against the Almighty. Such is the blessing of Ramadan. She initially did not want to, despite the fact that it was her bread and butter. But when they offered her triple the usual pay and a ride, she agreed. Probably it was a test for her. It is very unfortunate that she gave in. She fell prey to the trap. Why would anyone pay 3 times the usual rate? Isn't this suspicious? What awaited her at the party was beyond belief. Fatima had been to hundreds of events and parties and performed there, but this very incident is going to be distinct from all others. I can give you a small hint. The memory of this event is not going to be a very pleasant one, neither for her nor for any one of us. They sent a driver to pick her up, and when she reached the venue, she started preparing for her performance. Time went on, and the night grew darker and darker. Till now, she did not have the slightest idea of what was going to happen. Everything was going in a perfectly normal manner until one instant. Wait till you reach there. As the night went on, she saw 3 young girls dancing wildly. But when she looked closer, she saw something disturbing. Their legs looked like those of horses with hoofs instead of feet. This is what she saw when the robes and abayas of the dancing women went up in the air. Imagine if you had seen something like that. Heart jumps out of the chest at such a scene. Some of us could even faint at such a sight. Terrified, Fatima ran away from the villa, unable to shake off the eerie event. She just took off. The moment she experienced that scene, she left her instrument and her belongings there and ran off. On her way home, Fatima confided in the driver about the unsettling sight she witnessed at the event. She told the driver all about what she had experienced at the performance. She was telling the driver about the hoofed legs and the hooves that replaced their feet. While she was talking, the driver showed him his feet from lifting his thobe, only to discover that he too had a deformed leg and hooves for feet. Shocked and panicked, she leaped from the car onto the street, losing consciousness until the next morning. She did not exactly remember how exactly all of that happened. Did she open the door of a moving car and jump out? How did she make it alive? Nobody knows those details. When she finally woke up, she reported the incident to the authorities and returned to the villa with them, only to find it had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only an empty lot. According to neighbors, the land had always been vacant, leaving Fatima and the police puzzled and raising doubts about her sanity. There never was a villa. Who had then hired her and offered her 3 times the market rate of money? Why did they want her to come so badly, and that too in the month of Ramadan, when she normally does not work? All of this is extremely strange and scary. In the broadest sense, what Fatima encountered could be characterized as a ghoul, a variation of the classical jinn. While ghouls have the ability to shift like most jinn when they take human form, they typically retain a distinguishing feature. a telltale sign such as hooves. This phenomenon has puzzled people for hundreds of years. Why did she experience such an event in the month of Ramadan? In this holy month, all the evils and shaitan are encaged. So was this all her imagination? Was she suffering from some mental illness? No, brothers and sisters, she really did experience this. Actually, the small jinns and ghouls are free to roam around. It is only the shaitan and the evil jinns that get captivated. What should we do to protect ourselves from such creatures then? Here is an authentic hadith that tells us the answer. Sahih al-Bukhari, Book 39, Hadith 510. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam appointed me to keep sadaqah of Ramadan. Someone came and began to take away some food stuff from it. I caught him and said, I must take you to Allah's Messenger. He said, I am a needy man with a large family, and so I have a pressing need. So I let him go. When I saw Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam next morning, he asked me, O Abu Huraira, what did your captive do last night? I said, O Allah's Messenger, he complained of a pressing need and a big family. I felt pity for him and let him go. Allah's Messenger said, he told you a lie, and he will return. I knew that he would return because Allah's Messenger had told me that he would return. So I waited for him watchfully. When he returned and began to steal foodstuff again, caught him and said, I must take you to Allah's Messenger. He said, leave me, for I am a needy man with a large family. I will not come back. So I took pity on him and let him go. I went at dawn to Allah's Messenger, who asked me, O Abu Huraira, what did your captive do last night? I replied, O Allah's Messenger, he complained of a pressing need and a big family. I took pity on him and let him go. Allah's Messenger said, he told you a lie and he will return. That man came again to steal the foodstuff. I arrested him and said, I must take you to Allah's Messenger, and this is the last of 3 times. You promised that you would not come again, but you did. He said, forgive me, and I will teach you some words with which Allah will benefit you. I asked, what are those words? He replied, when you go to bed, recite Ayat al-Kursi, for then there will be a guard from Allah who will protect you all night long, and Satan will not be able to come near you till dawn. When the Prophet ﷺ heard the story, he said to me, he who came to you at night told you the truth, although he is a liar, and it was Satan. Reciting Ayat al-Kursi for protection is a must-do, and also after Farz Namaz. It puts us in the protection of the Almighty, and no evil soul could reach us there. Share with us if you have ever experienced such an event, any strange event that your brain was unable to understand and explain.